frosty! Flipping hell. What's going on? Let's get on my eating on. What's you lot? I'm off to do a bit of birding. I thought I'd take you with me. Let's turn this off so you can hear me. Oh no, there's the... Wait until I get there and then I'll talk to you. Oh, that's better. I'm all defrosted. So I come out today just to do a bit of birding for a couple of hours, and I thought I'd take you along with me. I went out yesterday morning for a while, or yesterday afternoon for a while, sorry. And that's a bit of a work in progress. You'll probably see that next Wednesday, that video. But I thought I'd come out today, get a bit of birding in. Now I am at, today, Rainham Marshes. And I'm very lucky to have this reserve 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes from my house. It's right on the Thames. It's next to a place called Purfleet on Thames. I've just added the on Thames bit to it, I think, just to make it sound a bit posher. Anyway, it's next to Purfleet. And it's very early in the morning. It's very frosty, very cold, nice light. So I thought I'd show you what's over here. It's a fantastic reserve. It's a bit of a Bermuda Triangle for birds. And it'll probably get busy today. It's a Saturday morning. So why don't we go and have a look, see what's about, eh? Got my big lens, got my 600mm lens. I've got my smaller one. One of my smaller lenses in the back of the van, in the back of the car, but I probably won't take that. I'll take the big lens today and have a walk around and show you what's about. You never know unless you look, eh? Let's go and have a look. So, the drawbridge is up. It's nearly 9 o'clock, I think I open at 9 o'clock. But to stop the local Herberts getting into the reserve, there's a fence all the way around it and a drawbridge on the centre. It's a great centre here. Got a little sparrows calling out the bushes. But it's a fab reserve this. I'm just going to have a little walk up the Thames to start with, to see what's hanging around in the berry bushes along the edge here. Sometimes you see some decent stuff, but you've got all along the Thames. Let me show you. So you've got all along the Thames there you can walk. And then the reserve itself, that's the centre there. Now, I've done a couple of videos on this before, but we've got some fantastic lagoons and scrapes out over there. Look, you can see that. There's some lovely lagoons and scrapes you get the waders on. There's all sorts of stuff here. You've got bearded tits, you've got the marsh harriers flying over. You always get the odd oddity here as well. There's been ring ouzels here. I've seen a wryneck here. This was the first place that I saw the great egret on as well. That big white herony looking bird. Huge, great big thing. But I'll have a little toddle around here today just to show you about. I'll put some links into the other videos I did as well. But it's a very brisk morning. Frost's still on the ground. But we shall see what we shall see. There's a few hides here that I can go and sit in. And a little cafe. You can go and get a bit of cake and a coffee. So let's show you what's about, eh? Right, so I'm in. 9:30 it starts. It opens up. I'm sure that's later than it used to be. Through the old centre, and they dropped the drawbridge at 9:30. So there's like a flipping tin. Anyway, happy days. I'm in. Second person to walk on a reserve. Let's go and see what's about. Alright, so that's where we are. I'm going to have a look around Averley Pools and the Purfleet Scrape. That's just down here by my left here, so we'll have a little look around here. It's a 2.4 mile walk around the whole circular route, that red route you can see there. But last time I come here, there was a bit of boardwalk closure, so hopefully the boardwalk's open again. But as I say, usually have a result here. I think there's pintail ducks here as well, so see if I can get some shots of those. They're nice. Let's have a butcher's. And that's the first hide I'm heading towards. Go and have a look in there. But I probably want to get out of here before 12 o'clock, as it does get busy here. But yeah, look at Frosty. Oh my god. Not happy about that. Roll on summer, eh? So that's where I am. I'm watching a couple of pintail ducks at the moment, so I'll get some nice footage of those at least. And they're a nice duck, long, slim, as the name suggests, tail. And you've got a male and a female feeding out there by that island. So that's pretty cool. I'm happy with that spot already. But this is quite a nice hide, this. This is the Purfleet hide. And this is the Purfleet Scrape. Now when the tide comes in, you get all the waders coming over onto these pools. Ooh, it's flown in there. Kestrel's just flown in and buzzed all those stonies up there. I don't know if you just see that. Let's have a little look here, see what we can see, quite nice in there. Some different ducks and some lapwings. Nice little flock of lapwings. So I'm just going to head up now and go up to the butts. This used to be a big old rifle range here. I come here when I was about 15 with the army cadets and shot the old Bren guns and Lee Enfield 303s. So I've been coming here nigh on 40 flipping years. Even before it was a RSPB reserve. I've been coming here since it was open. I think I was here on the first day it was open. But looks like they've cleared a lot of the reeds out. So on a day like this you find that the hides get well used. It's a slight breeze to the air. It's nice to get out, nice and fresh. Yeah, nice to see the pintails, isn't they? They're a lovely duck. I'm going to have a little smooch round and have a look at these pools. Let me turn you around so you can look at my ugly face. So that over there, the Purfleet Scrape. Now these marshes can also be flooded. So if they dry right out, they can open up the gates and re-flood the marshland. It's very, very important habitat. But you never fail to see something around here. It looks like they've put an electric fence around here now. That's new. It wasn't here the last time. There's some very important species of ground nesting birds out there. And along the Thames here, you do get the odd otter come up and down the Thames. We've got a lot of mink and foxes that get on there, so a couple of foxes on that will devastate the ground nesting bird population while they're there. Oh, there's a couple of shovelers there. Let's get you a little shot of the shovelers. They're a nice duck. So yeah, there's a shoveler there. You see its really long bill. They use that for sweeping through the water. But they're the ones I was telling you on one of the other vlogs I did. Swim round in a bit of a circle and paddle up the silt. Swim round after each other and sweep up all the little water crustaceans and silt and stuff to get their food. Literally been here 15 minutes and seen some nice stuff. Thought I'd get round before it gets too peoply. Also out there's a nice little group of teal. Put some footage of them up for you now. They're a nice duck with a bright green iridescent ear stripe on mask. It's an idyllic day today. Beautiful. Happy days. It's quite a nice little place to sit, this little high seat there, look. Looks right away across the old marshes here. That going across there is the new A13 as we call it. I think it's the A1306. London Road goes sort of from Southend into London. So I've got that to my right and the Thames to my left. But the birds seem to fly up and down the water source, so they fly up and down the Thames and use that for a bit of a navigation. But oh yeah, look, it's all flipping. This is a massive undertaking they've done here. This big electric fence, that's huge. I wonder if they've done this boardwalk, because last time I come here I couldn't walk all the way round the reserve. But there's a woodland over the back there where the cordite storage is. That's where they used to store all the ammunition and explosives. Used to be like a big concrete bunker. But there's a woodland there, and they usually put there's an owl box in there. I've seen a barn owl in there before. It's lovely. Huge reed beds over here. That's why the bearded tits like it so much. Got some fantastic views of the bearded tits last time I was here with my friend Peter. But that day was red hot. It's a little bit nippy today. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Just gonna go and have a look in this side. There's an old Big Bertha there. Look at that kingfisher, that's great, isn't it? I love that. Showing this side. There's not a lot out there, just a couple of coots and a moorhen. There's one down there, look. This is a nice hide. Trying to sit around in. But there's naffle there, so I'm going to have a walk round further. Just thought I'd show you it, because I'm nice. Ooh! Right, this is where the bearded tits usually are around here. They usually feed on that little feeding station there. I've seen loads in this little area here. This was dried right out earlier on in the year when I come here. But this is what they call the shooting butts along here. I think you see them numbers there. There's also an owl box on the end. This is what they used to shoot into. But I love these reeds this time of year. Look at this, look. Beautiful. Whoop. A little Jenny Wren with the hump there. I just met one chap. I said, anything about it? He said, dead as a dodo. And I said, not even a dodo. Been a while since I've seen one of those. Gave him a laugh anyway. Yeah. Apparently you can walk all the way round now, but you've got to go out onto a concrete road over the back by the woodland area, and then you can get back round to the what we got there, kestrel coming over. You can walk round the back. There's a concrete road over behind the woods, and you have to go there because the last time I was here, a lot of the wooden slats had rotted away. So they was. I keep hearing Setty's warblers. Heard one underneath the bulwark a second ago. Lovely to hear those. Really deep, rich, bassy sort of warbler noise. But what was I saying? Forgot now. Yeah, but anyway, they're replacing all the bulwarks with these recycled plastic planks, which obviously don't rot, and it's a good way of recycling stuff, recycling the old plastic check pallets and stuff like that. So that's a good thing. But they've cleared vast swathes of these reeds, look. Because this is where you usually see the little birdies flapping backwards and forwards between these, on this little transitional area here. But well, I just had a bit of a panic anyway. Just had a bit of a panic. Campsite I want to get on, Christmas, was looking booked up. So, bosh, just stopped on there and booked. Whew, that was lucky. Had a bit of a twinge then. But anyway, that's enough of that. Back to birding. What a brisk day. Right, so as you come past that bit I've just walked past, there are some green port cabins. That's another set of toilets. So there is a set of toilets halfway round this reserve. As I say, it's open all year. Lovely reserve, really nice shop and that. And quite a lot to see usually. So I'm just having a sprint round here this morning, having a little look. See what I can see. I'm here at the moment, little bulb walking. Now I've seen bearded tits in this little area here as well. And this is what's known as the target pools over this area. Now you do get quite a bit of stuff over there. For example, marsh harriers. I've seen a spoonbill over there as well. A solitary spoonbill wading around over there. There doesn't seem to be anything visually on there apart from maybe a little egret right over the back. So I'm going to head over to this hide over here because there's a pool in front of it and see what's in there. But there's a kestrel flapping around over the top there. Nothing out of the ordinary really. It's nice to see them pintails, the pintail ducks. Probably go back there and have another look, get a bit more footage of those if I can get in that hide. It started filling up. I think there's like a school kids, maybe a Saturday morning club out, possibly scouts, but they're all walking around with the RSPB kit. They loan them those if you want to have a day out here. They have quite good days out. You can book up. I keep seeing stuff flying about. Anyway, birds. So I've just heard a Setty's warbler in these little patch of reeds here. Now I very rarely stop to see if I can see them unless I see movement. There you go, you heard it then. Very rarely stop. Because they never come out of the bloody reeds. It's over there somewhere. That's the importance of learning your bird calls. It's gone silent now. They never come out of the reeds, them bloody things. They tease you. So this is Shooting Butts Hide. See if I can get in there with my camera on my back. Let's have a look up here. Oh, there's a fair bit here. Plonk me bum down and have a look. that was nice in there. Just watching a kestrel hover overhead at the moment. It's right there, look at that, look. Stop that for a second. Whoop. He's flown off, where's he going? Yeah, just got a kestrel hovering now. Stick that footage up for you. But that's quite good in that shooting butts hide. Just pick my camera up, keep walking. Yeah, quite good in that shooting butts hide. And just as I was about to leave, marsh harrier flew over. I've got a couple of shots of that. Didn't get any video, but got a couple of shots of that as it flew over, so I'll put them in. Just got the old train coming past. But yeah, it's quite a nice little hide, that. It's very quiet today. Not too bad. Not even heard a bearded tit or a bearded reedling, as they are properly known as. Not even seen one of those or heard one. But it's just nice to get out early morning for a walk before it gets too peoply. But in that butt side, I've not seen here. I always see a lot of coots. A coot is the bird with the white front to its bill, and the moorhen has got the red bit to his bill. And the way I remember that is that moorhen has got an R in it. That's how I tell people to remember it. Moorhen has got an R in its name, hence red, where coot hasn't. So there you go. But we're coming past all this greater reed mace here. All these reed mace heads, or bulrushes as some people know them as. But these are great source of tinder. Also, all the rhizomes underneath are a really good source of food, starch. All reeds, you can get a good sugary starch, some more than others, and the reed mace is the best one to eat. And round the outside of the starchy rhizome, the root, round the outside of that is it's like a polystyrene. It's a really weird substance. It's like a cuticle round the outside of the root, and that holds the water if it dries out. Now that also, what was that? That also protects it while you're cooking it. So if you collect a load of that, pull up the big rhizomes, you can cook that on the fire, and what happens is the outer cuticle is soaked with water, and that steams the starch inside the roots. So if you're ever in a survival situation, which I hope you're not, and you see bulrushes or greater reed mace, that's where you get your starchy food from. And there's gobfuls of it everywhere. Anywhere there's wet, you will see it. Now we're back to this electric fence now. Look at this. Look. It's probably to keep the cattle in and the foxes out, to be fair. They have cattle grazing on this over the summertime. But look at that. That's the business, isn't it? Warning, electric fence, do not touch. Christ, look. They're putting quite a few of these round RSPB wetlands now to keep everything off and some things in, which is good. That pylon there and the ones along here, you usually get, or sometimes get, peregrine falcons perching on, so that's always a good little place to stop and have a look at through your bins, because you get the old perries here, and because there's a lot of food for them here. I've seen peregrine falcons here quite a few times, and they'll come down and take ducks and curlews and that. That's their favourite sort of food. They love a curlew. Anyway, on with me walk. They've had a nice clear out here of the reeds, look. That's quite a nice pool that's appeared there. I say these reserves, you can volunteer on these reserves. They're always up for volunteers. If I was about a bit more often, I'd probably come over here and volunteer myself. But to keep them looking spick and span and stop them getting too overgrown, there's a lot of work involved. So if you've got nothing to do and you've got an RSPB reserve near you, go and have a little look, see if you can get a couple of days a week doing a bit of help over there as a volunteer. Look at that, these reeds are beautiful, aren't they? But yeah, that's always worthwhile doing. So I'm walking along the back part of the reserve now, which is on the A306 and the train tracks. But walking towards Ken Barrett Hide. That's quite a nice little hide. I've seen a few nice bits and pieces there over the years, and sometimes you see a kingfisher in that. But that side, this side of the reserve, right over the back, I'm as far away from the centre as I can get now. But this side of the reserve is a good place to come and have a look for the wasp spiders, Argiobrunecii. Brunettii, however you want to say it. You know what I'm like with pronunciations. But this is a good place to look for those. You see the little V shapes in the grasses. They like wet, sort of long grass, damp area, and they like to feed on grasshoppers. So if you find a lot of grasshoppers, generally, if you're lucky, that's when you keep your eye out for those wasp spiders. But yeah, heading over towards the Ken Barrett Hide now. We're going to go and have a look in there. I'll show you in there. Bit of a whirlwind tour of Rainham Marshes, isn't it? Here, as you can see, these are those recycled plastic board walk planks that I told you about. Blimey, I don't think you've been able to get onto this little part of the boardwalk for ages, this bit. As you can see, look, they're repairing them there. You can see that, they put a little floating raft in there. That's quite good. That's pretty new. I've not seen that before. Yeah, it's like a little floating raft, so the birds can roost up on that in the evenings. Stay away from old Mr. Fox. And if there's any mink over here, that's quite good. All the ropes there, it's obviously just floated over into this area. And there's another part of the boardwalk there that they're repairing. So this is Ken Barrett Hide here, this old containery looking thing. I'll show you in here if there's no one about. It's got a nice little hide. Let's go and have a look. Some nice teal in there. That's quite nice to see. I do like seeing those. That was quite close up as well. So what we got here? There we go. Have a look. So there's some of the birds we've seen today. You can see that. There's a lapwing now. We've seen the widgeon, which is a nice red-headed duck with like a tanny bit on its front bits, on its forehead. The males are generally a prettier duck. So we've seen all three of those today. Widgeon, pintail, and a teal. Happy days. So just as a tip, there's the Ken Barrett Hide there, and that little sign I've just shown you. This is the area you generally see the wasp spiders in, just past the Ken Barrett Hide there, in this low-lying grass here. So that's the one to keep your eye out for in the autumn. Getting a frost now, that'll kill them off. But the egg cases will still be there. They make like a crucible, papery looking, crucible shaped egg sac in amongst the grasses. Very pretty spider. Now, you used to be able to walk straight through there, but there's a problem with the boardwalk. That's where I was telling you about. Go straight through. But at the moment they've got a detour around the back and along a concrete path around there. So that's where you have to go. We're right next to the train tracks now. Got a cracking electrical cables over the top of my head, which I flipping hate. Anyway, let's see what we can see over here. Whenever you see someone doing that, always go and have a look. Ah, had a right touch. So it's always worthwhile stopping and having a look what other people are looking at. Now, in front of me, over there, that's the back of the cordite store, and there's some tall trees there. And if you see the tallest one on the right, next to that there's two smaller trees, then another taller one. So if you go to the one on the right again, then one next to that has got a barn owl box in it, and there's a barn owl looking out of it. Happy flipping days. That's well good. So we've had a marsh owl and a barn owl today. That's a pretty special spot. So it's all huddled up at the moment, having a bit of a kip. There's probably another one behind it. It's quite a big barn owl box, that one. Probably a pair. But I'll put this bit of footage up for you so you can see the old barn owl. Blinding. Happy days, eh? Brilliant spot. So that's where that is if you come over here. So this is where I am on this, at the end where that is, where the signpost is, where they've got the diversion, and they're right over the back there on the cordite store. Unfortunately the sun's coming that way towards me, so it's a bit bright, but I've still shown you a barn owl. You're a lucky old lot you are, aren't you? There's a kestrel hovering out there. I'm just going to have a little peek over this gate. Just here, look. But that's the conservation area, not allowed in there. But it'd be nice to have had a hide down the bottom of that pathway there. Kestrel flapping around right over in the distance. Not a lot else. Just got to keep your eyes open for people watching birds, and also for birds. Right. Let's head over to the cordite store. You never know what you might see there. Let's have a look. Just met a nice group of people. Told them where the barn owl is. They're going to go and have a look now, but another good thing about walking around, especially with this camera, I've just put my ×2 teleconverter on there. So it's 1200mm this lens, that turns that into. And then I can crop in on that. But I quite like walking around. If you see people and you tell them, they ask you what you've seen, and you tell them, I've just shown them all the barn owl, the picture of the barn owl that you've just seen. And they wouldn't have been able to see it that far away. They all had binoculars, no spotting scopes. So it's nice to show people, isn't it? Show them something that they wouldn't have normally seen through their binoculars. But yeah, sent them off all happy. Top stuff. So I'm walking along the back now. This is right at the back near the entrance. That gate in front of you there is the entrance to Rainham Marshes. What you have to do is you have to come off the A306 going towards Purfleet-on-Sea and head towards Purfleet-on-Sea. You go down a little bit of the old A13, the old Southend arterial, and then that's where the entrance is. You can't miss it. You can't miss it. But really nice for a day out. Especially walking around, you get to meet like-minded people that are all coming out for a bit of birding. You all have a bit of a chat. You do get some odd characters. Oh, there's a flipping dragonfly just blown past. That's how warm it's got. But yeah, you do get some odd characters in the old birding fraternity. But generally most people are nice. They'll have a chat with you and tell you what they've seen and that. So I'm having a bad little walk now. We are heading back towards the centre now, and I'm just coming down into the woodland to have a little look around the cordite store, which I'll show you around. You don't usually see anything in there, but sometimes you see the odd thing, because it's a bit of woodlands there. Sometimes you get a great spotted woodpecker in there, and my mate Tom see a couple of flycatchers, spotted flycatchers in there earlier on this year, I think it was. But as I say, this is a real Bermuda Triangle of a birding reserve. This it's a very popular and well-known one amongst the birding fraternity, because you just don't know what you're going to see. Something to fly past. A guy I used to know, he's not here no more, Howard, he's seen bee-eaters fly through and a black kite. So keep your flipping eyes open, guys. So this is the back of the cordite store. Now if you want to see some tame robins, this is the place to come. Around this little bit at the back, you can hand feed them. Get yourself some little mealworms, put them in your hand and stand there. But this is the old cordite store. This was the entrance. All this old man's beard everywhere now. Clematis seed heads, which is another good source for a tinder for lighting fires. So I've done a lot of strimming here. This was all massively overgrown when I got here last time. But lots of butterflies in this little area. It's like a little sun trap. But, that's the cordite, the old cordite store. And there's a lot of buddleias around here. That's why the butterflies like it. That tree there is the one with the barney on the back of it. So that's how close it is. But unfortunately, it's on the other side, a mile away. Anyway. Nice to be close to a barn our way. So that's the cordite store there, and it's along this little bit here you get the robins coming and feeding from your hand. So many people do it, they become quite used to people. You know what robins are like. And robins used to follow wild boar. That's how they started exhibiting that behaviour. You know, when you're digging your garden and churning up all the worms, well, that comes from them following wild boar back in the day. Obviously the wild boar were jogged on about now they've been let out. What's that up there? Blue tit, magpie. Yeah, now the wild boar are back, they may start exhibiting that behaviour again. But when you're digging in your garden and you've got old Rocky Robin sitting there on your fork, that's why, because they used to follow the wild boar. Now we're the ones that do all the earth moving, and they can become quite habituated to you sitting in your garden. Some of you know, there's a really good book called The Robin as well. I think it was one of their first species specific books that was ever written. Talk of the devil, and he'll appear. Hang on. Typically the robin buggered off as soon as I put my camera down. Let's go and have a look up here. This is sometimes worth a little look. Over this back part of the scrapes. Let's put old Big Bertha down. Ooh. So that's where we are now. Right the way along there. The old crows being bothersome, scooting up some clouds of lapwings. You can see over the back. That's another thing to keep your eye out for. If you see a flock of birds shoot up off of a flat expanse of land like this, generally, sometimes that'll mean there's a predator about, a flying bird, a predatory bird. So if you see a big flock fly up, keep your eye out, because you never know what you might see. You might be in a marsh harrier or a hen harrier fly through, or a peregrine falcon take something out. But little things to keep your eye out for. Also, keep your ears open for alarm calls. On the spot, there's a blackbird alarm call. Keep your ears open for alarm calls, because that's another good indicator of there's something about. You get jays really make a racket if there's a predatory bird about, or a fox, so that's something you've got to keep your ears open for. And magpies and any other bird like that. Corvids are great to keep your eyes on. They'll generally tell you what's about. Anyway, back to the centre for a cup of coffee, I think. There you go, there's your robin. One popped out. This is a nice little place to stand. Done a bit of work here as well. This was all falling apart, but they've put all this recycled plastic boarding in here now to build it back up again. I think they've cut the top off of that as well. They used to have tops on that. But this is quite a nice little place to come and sit. There's some little seats here. I'd say it's quite accessible if you're disabled. I think they actually hire a scoot out here as well, but there's a lift up to the centre. You can get up if you're disabled. It's quite a nice little spot, this. See what I can see, So I'm at the reserve now, just having a quick stroll along the Thames. Just had a bit of intel off a lady that there's some hooper swans been spotted on the target poles, which is right over where the numbers are along the top, on the target butts. So I'm just going to have a walk up there now. Walk my cheese and ham toasty off. But you never know what might turn up along here. It's worth a walk. And you get redwings and fieldfares in these bushes along here, in the hawthorn bushes, which makes for really nice photographs. But you just have to keep your eyes out. If you keep an eye on Rainham Marshes have got a Facebook page, so if you have a look on there, another Setters warbler, if you keep your eye out on there, you'll see what's about almost instantaneously when someone sees it. To be fair, they're always putting posts up. Just going to have a quick scooch along here, see what's about. I think I'll go down here, it's a bit less peoply. But again, you can have a walk along around the site there, around Rainham Marshes RSPB reserve. And then you can have a smooch along the Thames. Get some waders in. But up the top there, the Thames sort of scoots round, and you get curlew there, red shank, that sort of stuff. It's worthwhile just going and have a little mooch. Keep seeing something fly about. the Thames now, so unless it's floating around, I'm not going to see no waders. They'll all be on the marshes, and it's ever so windy around here, as you can hear. Anyway, I'm going to head up top, get out of this wind, because I flipping hate wind, and go and see what's on the other side there. Just walking back now, walking back to the main centre. Just wanted to give a couple of super thanks. Lee Jones sent me a message and a PayPal payment. Hi JP, can you add this to your Mind charity donation? Many thanks from Lee and family. Well, Lee and family, thank you so much for that. Pretty much all the funds, if not most of them, that I get from my first year. This is going to take me January, February, March, April, May, June, up to June. It's going to Mind. Now I've got to get hold of the lady there and go down there and give her an interview, just to show you guys where your money's going. But I think it's very important that this, what I do, helps my mental health, and a lot of people rely on Mind across the country. And basically they save lives, okay, these people that work for Mind and their services. So it's a life-changing and saving service that they give. Unlike a hospital where someone comes in with a broken leg and they can see it, or a cut and you can see it, poor mental health is an invisible illness. So just be kind, as well. When you're on Facebook or looking at different forums or YouTube channels, I know you lot are all right, but I want to say it anyway. Just be kind and think about what you're saying, Anyway, who else? Andrew Dutton as well. You give me a super thanks, mate. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. Totally appreciate it. I think I said the others. What we got here? Jim Jeffries, Ray Watson, Lee Tuck. Yeah, I've done all those. I've done all you guys, haven't I? If I ever miss someone, make sure you tell me, Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's everybody. Anyway, it's early afternoon now. I'm going to have a little walk back. Not home. Walk back to the car park. It's put my ears away. I look like flipping big ears off a noddy. Walk back to the car park, and today they have little things going on in the centre. There's a little craft thing on now. Should have brought Sammy. She's doing a video at home. I'm going to go and have a little look around in there, and then that'll be my lot for today. Get back, have a look at what photographs I've taken, and sort that out for you lot Sunday night or Sunday evening. Happy days. Got another video coming out next Wednesday, which hopefully is going to be a good one. So the video after this, if you're watching this in days or weeks to come, check the next one out. Don't want to jinx it too much, but I hope it comes out alright. Anyway, let's go and have a look around this little craft fair, stick Big Bertha back in the car, and head off home for a nice cup of tea. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Love to you all. You're all fantastic people. Thanks for your support of my YouTube channel. Unless people watch what you do, what's the point of doing it? And yous lot, watch all my videos. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you're on a telly, go onto my little JP Lamoureux circle, click on that with your TV remote, and brings the drop down box, and you can subscribe from your TV. Did you know that? So make sure you do that. Give it a thumbs up. Anyway, stay safe, stay sane, journey well, and I'll catch you again soon, You look after yourselves. Bye.